Good morning. I think we underestimate the complexity of an idea and the logistics behind it. Um, the reason I say that, okay, listen carefully, then I'll tell you, okay? Something as simple as makwenya. So makwenya, for those who don't know, it's fed cakes from the townships. Something as simple as makwenya has actually helped me start and come up with a business. How this came about is every day in the morning I would pass at this place, buy makwenya, go to work. I was employed full time. So it's a tradition in the township, I would assume. Like you get makwenya, that's your go-to breakfast. So I would go there every day, queue, and I'm not talking about a queue like 3 people in front of you. You queue like 10 people or like 15 in front of you, and you still have to go to work. But then this is, a routine, and that's the breakfast like most of us like. So every day when I'm in this queue, I tend to ask myself, like, why isn't it anyone coming up with an idea or even the owner of this business to make this a bit easier for everybody? Because I can't be getting to work late every time. So every day I go there and then I think about that. Then it hit me one day, and then that's when I came up with this idea. I'm like, okay, I can either go to this guy who sells the makwenya and tell him what he can do to make this process a bit easier for everybody. But then again, in the township how it is, and they tell you like, no, it's right until it fails. It keeps the customers coming, So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me not just step in that territory, and then I'll come up with something for myself, and then I'll run with it. And that's what I did. So this business I came up with, it's called my Cassie Eats. So you can hear the ring there. It's got a bit of Uber Eats, right? So I came up with that business or that idea at that spot, and got excited, and then I could actually see it running, and then went home, did some draft on it. Okay, it's shaky, but then I still ran with it. So what my Cassie Eats is a food delivery service for the township. So now how it worked is you would order makwenya or in the morning, and it will be delivered into your house or at your house in the comfort of your house. In the morning, you didn't have to get out of bed and queue, right? And it made it easier for people like me who go to work like during the week. You would actually place your order in advance and get there and collect and then leave. So that's innovative on its own. It made life easier for everybody. The guy who sells still wins, still gets customers, nothing changes. Cool. After coming up with that idea, I got compliments left and right. Yeah, this is dope. This is great. It makes life easy for everybody, and I think we all understand that. Like family and friends, they like that. About you, I can put it that way. They gas you up. So now here I am, and then everybody's like going on this. Like this is great. You need to get started now. Like get it running now. So like keep on hearing this, and then I'm like, okay, fine. Let me just actually run with this, and then I underestimated the complexity of it because now the glory, the fame, like you came up with this thing everybody just loved, and it was that simple, So while I'm actually stuck in this celebrity thing, I can put it, like great idea, Alex loves it, I neglected certain things like, or I didn't neglect at this stage. I concentrated more in terms of the cosmetics, if I can put it that way. So you think like WhatsApp, the website, your app, I started working more into those. Like, okay, fine. The WhatsApp for those automated messages, like people get, like we online, we offline, whatever shop is not open, and then that's cool. Those are like, cosmetics. And then the website itself, same thing here, the right colors, is it easy to access, and can you place an order on it, or it's just for display? And then those are the things I worked on, and then now I go to the app part of it. I'm like, okay, an application is needed, because it will make life easier. Geolocations, which restaurants are available, and the jingles and the bells are there, so people can actually download the app itself. So that whole part of it, it's what I'm trying to stress here with my talk is that we underestimate the complexity of an idea. No. So you go and focus on things that are not really relevant, if I can put it that way, and the glory of the compliments and stuff like that. So what I neglected basically was the back end. In the back end, I'm talking in terms of do I need drivers? How much am I going to pay them? Am I going to do the deliveries myself? The service itself, is it a needed service? And then, because now remember when I came up with it, I spread it through family and close friends, and it went throughout Alex after some time. But then again, you tend to take this and then juxtapose it on almost every township. Like if Alex loves it, Soweto will love it. Tembisa will love it. And then you sort of go on that cloud, treating yourself like this is how it's going to be. But then in actuality, it's not, So, yeah, that's me on that. I got really excited and then concentrated so much on the front end than the back end, like I said. So while I was still stuck in this compliments and the glory, of coming up with this great idea, things like the driver, which I got later on, and then I started doing deliveries. So by the way, using taxis. If you're from Alex, you'd know that Alex is quite small. So for an example, I'd say it's like a square, a cake, and then you cut it into like vertical and horizontal lines, and each block there, it's like what you call numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's how Alex is. And the main street is like London Road or Selborne and stuff like that. So now in my head, it's simple, like, okay, fine. I can get an order from Weinberg, which is Alex Plaza, and deliver it for 10, It's easy, I don't really need complicated stuff because of how small Alex is, and I'm starting. So I'll get an idea how it works, and then everything will be upgraded later on. And that's me going on this journey, right? So I come up with this price, which I thumbsuck from thinking of using taxis for delivery. I'm like, okay, I'm going to charge them $30, okay, for deliveries. And surrounding suburbs like your Lombardy East, Marlborough, Bramley, I'll charge them 35 Rand because those are just surrounding. I can literally also walk there, from the restaurants or stuff like that. And then the business is born, and then it's an idea, happy. Okay, cool. The problem is when you actually go on that journey and you start a business and then you do things along the way, there's no research behind it, and then there's no end goal like, okay, fine, if I do this, in the next month I need to be here. That's where the problem is, because now you're working backwards. I mean, like with this 30 Rand, from the restaurant to the customer, or from the restaurant to the customer is like 10 Rand, and then coming back maybe to the mall to get another order is like 10 Rand. So from the whole order, I'm making 10 Rand. Okay, for starters, it's not bad, right? Because the idea is good. Everybody loves it. So might as well ride on the wave of being liked, okay? So now I carry on, and I get a bike, because I'm trying now to supplement this thing of not making much profit on it. Now the bike itself, it's secondhand. Now it starts breaking. The driver needs payment. There's no insurance. He's not a trained driver. He's a friend of mine. So like this thing from being that high now, it keeps on going down, but then you don't want to let go of it because it's a great idea and people love it. And then now you feel like you're this great idea generator. And now if you leave it, it's like, oh, he failed. Yeah, I knew he's going to fail. So you hold on to this thing for the wrong reasons also on the side. And then the blame is also on you because you didn't do much research. You just thought of it, and then you got the feedback and you ran with it. So this guy, actually, unfortunately, he did bump some BMW, and then we had to go pay like 4,000 for those scratches from my pocket. And then at the same time, he's also telling me that he needs payment. And remember, from the 30 bucks, he's getting 15 Rand, I'm getting 15 Rand. He's not pouring petrol, I'm pouring petrol. The service is of me. So you can see, like, this idea is just good on paper, and it's not going anywhere, right? And now what keeps me holding on to it is your big players, Uber, Mr. D, they're not delivering in the township. So that market belongs to me so far. No one is coming in there to deliver. Township is not an easy place for everybody. So, but if you're there, you don't see anything in terms of the danger of the township, right? So, since Uber and Mr. D, they don't come in, I'm thinking I own this market. And then the pricing, the way I put it, is supplementing the fact that people can't get your McDonald's and whatever into the township. And then the other winner on the business itself is I'm delivering food that is actually made in the township to those homes in there. So it's all like easy, and it makes life easy for everybody. I mean, like I could deliver two things at the same time. Like I could deliver McDonald's and fried meat to your house. I could deliver alcohol and McDonald's to your house. So like it was a very, very good idea in terms of like flexibility of doing those things. And then holding back to that, you get to see that this is not running. And then you just need to take a step back and then get yourself to the point that, okay, fine, I need to let go of this. It's not working. And then it's all based on underestimating the complexity of an idea and the logistics behind it. And then, so unfortunately, it's been a rough journey. And there were heartbreaks, and there was blood, So, but then lessons were learned from that also is an idea is just an idea if you're not applying yourself or putting work to it and then turning it into a proper business. And then the other thing is you can't keep on repeating the same mistakes and expecting change or growth. Because at the end of the day, that is just insane, You're not going to get anywhere. So my talk, which is very short, is just based on that we need to actually apply ourselves and not actually get caught in the glory of you came up with something great. That's what it is, a great idea on paper. But then the back end, where everything just goes all wrong, no one gets to see that. But then when I'm standing here and I tell you that I've got $1 million company, you're thinking, wow, this guy did it. And then you're just going to actually look at that part. And then if you, like me, you might just get caught in that, and that business of $1 million might not even exist one day. So that's just my talk, guys. Thank you.